Good morning. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. Overall air quality in the nation has improved in recent years. However, WMNF's Chris Young reports that it's actually gotten worse in Tampa.
According to a study by Consumer Affairs, Tampa ranks number 10 in the U.S. for the largest air quality decline over the past 10 years. Cassidy McCants is a deputy editor at Consumer Affairs.
We've seen a lot of air quality improvement over the years, but there are some metros that, for various reasons, have actually seen a decline in air quality over the last 20 or so years.
The study used air quality index data from the EPA to rank cities. Jacksonville was the Florida city that saw the biggest decline over the past decade. As for causes, McCants said there's many.
There are port cities that have a lot of shipping to and from. That seems to be a factor. I think one of the biggest ones, though, is just the use of fossil fuels and all the driving we're doing.
The city of Tampa released a climate action and equity plan last month with the hope of reducing the city's reliance on fossil fuels. The American Lung Association's Senior Director of Advocacy for Florida told Axios Tampa that other factors like increased heat and storms could be what's causing Tampa Bay's low air quality. For WMNF News, I'm Chris Young in Tampa.
Activists have come out against a $16 million increase in the city of St. Petersburg's budget for police and public safety, while other community needs have not been prioritized. WMNF's Josh Holton reports that over a dozen affordable housing advocates rallied in St. Pete on Saturday.
The President Barack Obama Main Library has been closed for renovation and asbestos removal for 2 years now, leaving St. Petersburg residents without access to the city's main library. The activists protested outside. El Chesson says that leaves residents without a vital informational resource and a refuge from the sweltering summer heat.
The library is one of those sanctuaries for people who don't have cars, that don't have housing, who can't afford to go hang out in a coffee shop. That's why we need public libraries, and this is one of, this is the main library. This is in a central location in St. Pete, and it's been very disruptive for it, with it being closed.
Chesson is with the Party for Socialism and Liberation, as well as the St. Pete Tenants Union. They wore a shirt saying that housing is a human right, and they connected the issue of scarce affordable housing and evictions to the proposed increases to the city police budget.
Because the police are the ones who show up to do the evictions. The police are the ones who protect private property. There's really no excuse that this project is still being dragged on. Instead of funding the police, they should be funding our needs, which is housing. No one should be on the street. And that could easily be remedied by, instead of funding the police, they fund our needs.
Daniel Tyson is with the St. Pete Tenants Union and said the Bay Area should look at getting to the root of crime by taking lessons from other major Florida cities.
Didn't take care of the neighborhoods, didn't take care of the racism, didn't take care of the housing, and what happened? All three of those things, by the time the 80s and 90s came around, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami became murder and crime capitals.
Tyson gave Mayor Ken Welch credit for making an effort to connect with citizens, but said that he would like to see that concern for the people represented in his proposed budget.
Okay, we have a $337 million budget. We can't commit $13 million to human services and public housing and our infrastructure and live the truth and assistance, rental assistance, food assistance, just assistance. Nobody's asking for a meal ticket, but you can't make an inhospitable economic warfare against your own citizens, and that's what's happening.
Organizers questioned the need for more police funding, with crime in the area decreasing 21% in the last 5 years. They argued that the root of many real crimes is poverty, and that improving living conditions by doing things like opening the main library could have the most impact at building safer communities. For WMNF News, I'm Josh Holton in St. Petersburg.
The new Florida State Guard is under fire because of allegations of abuse and militia-like training. The Times-Herald reports that a retired Marine Corps officer called the police on Florida State Guard instructors, alleging being battered during training. Last month, potential State Guard volunteers were trained for combat rather than what they expected for helping Floridians during disasters. The Guard's current leader is its third in 8 months and told the Times-Herald the State Guard was a military organization. Many recruits quit after their first training class. New College of Florida is moving some returning students into housing in buildings that have mold problems in order to give better housing to student athletes and other incoming students. The influx of new students is part of a conservative conversion of the college that was initiated by Governor Ron DeSantis. The Sarasota Herald-Tribune reports that last week the college emailed returning students about the major change to their housing assignments. New College says student athletes and freshmen will live in apartment-style buildings that usually are home to upperclassmen. In contrast, returning students are being moved into dorms, including some buildings that were virtually uninhabitable due to mold. Tomorrow on WMNF's Tuesday Cafe, we'll speak with a New College of Florida student who has had enough and is transferring to a school out of state. Expect isolated thunderstorms this morning, with thunderstorms likely this afternoon and highs near 90. Tonight, expect scattered showers and thunderstorms overnight with lows in the high 70s. And tomorrow, it'll be hot with scattered thunderstorms and highs in the low 90s.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.